First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and first and foremost, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Quadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, because that's who I learned this truth from. I want to give double honors to all the other elders, giving us that non-stop energy. We're continuously going out day by day, preaching to the Lord's people, because that's what the Lord says. And we understand that this kingdom, Esau, Edom's kingdom, is through, and our kingdom is coming forward. And we're going to continuously push it on until that day is. But we already see that the time is manifest. Now we're seeing it. Shalom. Double check. Shalom, Kings. Salakia. Hold on. Can't see it on my thing. Shalom. Malak La'ab, Yahweh Shemiel Shai Brakatah, Shalom Mashak, Yahweh's messengers, Yahweh Shemiel Shai Brakatah, and Shalom Yahweh. So we see the end, and we see brothers is coming day by day, speaking this truth on fire. We just had that brother, he just found out that he's a Judite, and that's beautiful. Yahweh's praise. So we got to continuously push forth the Lord's praise. And how we praise the Lord? By feeding his sheep and continuously going back and forth to these highways and hedges. What's up? Because the Esau Edom's kingdom is over, and we see it even more manifest, and we're going to continuously praise the Lord. Thus said the Yahweh Shemiel Shai. So let's just start into it, because it's the end. And let me grab it. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. Actually, verse 7. Surely oppression makes a wise man mad. So this is why our people out here saying highways, cussing out Esau, Edom, cussing out all this nation, and cussing out our people. We have been oppressed, and we have been in slavery this entire time, and they're just calling us names, giving us highways, calling us bywords and proverbs. Well, the Lord put the Spirit on us to say to be mad, but we're not going to do anything, because the Lord says vengeance is his. So we see the Lord is making himself manifest in this kingdom, and he's showing his vision of his revenge, his recompense upon this. Look at a lot of these Edomite places are now getting destroyed by hurricanes, by flooding. Now you see Esau, Edom is against each other. Now it's the left and the right. But us, we getting closer and closer. But oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So it's nothing that you can give to the men of the Lord. We're going to continuously push forth this kingdom. This is what we already know what's good. Just like when Satan tried to tip Yahushua. He was like, tried to give him all the kingdoms of the world. He was like, and Yahushua said no, because he already know he was going to already get it, but in perfection. So now to the point. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patience in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. The ones that Esau, he's really so proud that he thinks he can just defeat the Lord and he can just put forth. But the ones that are patient, the patience of the saints, what shall they get? They're going to get the kingdom. Thus said the Lord. This is, let me get some of these precepts real quick. When we get into it. Judah, Yahweh Shemiel Shai Brakatah, our brother Malak Lahab. This is John chapter 9, verse 4. I must work the work of him that sent him while it is day, and the night cometh when no man works. So that's why you see men is on fire. They're continuously go, because they're in that spirit of Yahushua, that spirit of prophecy. He knows that the time is come, the night is going to come where no man works. So we have to continuously work while we can, and why we can be able to be on these highways and hedges, because at this time the Lord is going to take away. He's going to take it away from everyone. He's going to take, let me just grab it. He's going to take his word out the mouth of his prophets, and then he's going to cause the famine of the word. Because after that, then the elect shall be sealed, and then it's going to be destruction and death upon this earth. Let me grab this. Bear with me. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land. A famine, but not just a regular famine. The regular famine is going to happen too, because that's what the Lord says. That it's going to be the sown places shall be unsown, and that people are going to be want for all food and drink. But this is talking about a famine of what? That I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor the thirst for water. So you see all these people walking around smiling, not even caring. So when this knowledge and this water, this living water, is not able to be grabbed, then they're going to be worried about it, because the Lord is going to take it out of the words of the mouth, and He's going to put His prophet somewhere. But that's why we work so we can, because you know it's about to happen. But the hearing of the word. So when the Lord takes, we're going to continuously push on until the Lord takes it away, until He causes Esau Edom to shut down this internet, so He makes ego on the highways and hedges. Because that's the only way we're going to stop, until He puts us in jail for it, or until He puts, hey, you're going to be put to death if you don't. That's the only how we're going to stop, when the Lord makes that problem. Because anything else, we're going to continuously push for until that night comes. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 14. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, it is vanity and vexation of spirit. We see this wicked kingdom. We see what it leads to. And we see that Esau Edom but he's not a competent ruler. He's destroying this earth. We see all the heathens need subjection. But everything here is just, it's a cycle of we're messing up, that we've messed up from the Lord. We see all this and say, when can this stop? Well, the Lord is going to break that cycle, and He's going to put us with the spirit of His spirit inside our hearts, and we're not going to be able to sin. That's what's going to break the cycle. This is Psalm chapter 110, verse 3. The people shall be willing in the day of power. So all these people now, they just push forth and all this stuff. When the Lord starts putting the spiritual power on these men, and He takes the word, the famine of the word, then they're going to be willing. Hey, what did you guys were saying? We see the famine coming, we see all this food, the destruction. Then they're going to be like, hey, I didn't know you can actually heal men like that. I didn't know that you can call down meteors. Well, that's when they're going to be willing. But a lot of it to those people is going to be too late. And the Lord is going to have that judgment put upon you. That He's going to be destroying your mind, all this stuff, these scoffers. So on the day of our power, Slovakia, someone's phone. And in the beauty of the holiness from the wound of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. So this is what He said, tarry not for the Lord, to come to the Lord. Tarry not. You're supposed to hear this and supposed to be ignited. But no, you're going to walk around doing nothing. But that's what's going to happen. Because the end is already here. The end is already here. The end of Esau's kingdom, it's already here. You're seeing it being manifest all throughout the earth. Let me grab this. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. I'm going to start at 4. I'm going to start at 3. And now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways. So those ones that were lazy, the ones that were doing these wicked ways, the Lord said He was going to judge both good and evil at the end of the days. In Ecclesiastes and also in Corinthians, He's going to judge both, no matter if your ways are good or evil. He's going to judge you. So you knowing that the Lord is recording and seeing your ways, and you're in this wickedness, doing this dumb thinking. Esau Edom really thinks he can just hide his wickedness. He thinks he can just put it under the dark, and the Lord's not going to see. But he forgot that the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So you can fake it in front of men, or you can fake it in front of all these nations, but the Lord knows what you're doing, and He's going to judge you according to your ways. And I will recompense you upon thee all thy abominations, and my I shall not spare thee, neither will I have any pity. He's not just that he's not only have not any pity, he's going to laugh at you. He's going to laugh like, look at this wicked motherfucker. You about to get judged. Look at it. The Lord is going to laugh at your calamity, Israel. And then Esau, Edom, you have no, you're probably just going to be put to death. If you're not one of the elites, you're going to be put to death here. And then the other elites, you're going into slavery. Neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee in the midst of thee, and by ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, a evil and all the evil behold is come. So a bad time is coming throughout this earth, a time like no other, a time that you're gonna really consider your ways when it's too late. Like, damn, I had all this time. I had all this stuff, but I was just trying to get money. I was trying to just be wicked. I was trying to do everything that the Lord told me not to, and now He knows I did it, and I know because they don't have that spirit. They say, what can I do? What's the Lord's name? Because that famine of word hits, they'd be like, man, it's gonna destroy your mind. I forgot I don't have Jeremiah the 7th chapter in this. 30th chapter. This is. And the evil is come, the end is come. Watch for thee, and behold, it is come. The morning it shall come upon thee, and in the midst dwelleth the land. And the time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. So that the Lord said is going to happen. And you know why it's happening? Let's grab this. Because the Lord said He was going to put forth a righteous kingdom. He was going to take down these Edomite kingdoms. Because we're going to get in that, because I want to get in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. The Lord has it. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, I'm going to start at 7. Pride is hateful before God and man. But both do not commit iniquity, one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches God by deceit. Because of Esau, Edom was so proud he didn't understand. And our nations, the wicked of our nation helped them. They made a covenant with them. Because of their pride, they thought they were better than what they were. So because of these riches, unrighteous dealings, these wicked laws that they put forth throughout the society, all these things that they're putting, this is from the Shalom Shangam, Shalom King. This is from the brother Malak La'ab, 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 15. Set aside the thoughts that are most heavy upon thee, and haste to flee from these times. So you know the evil has come. It's about to be a very, very dangerous time in these days if you're not delivered by the Lord. It's even the elect's going to be scarcely saved. So you have to understand in haste, you have to take all the things that you thought this world was going to provide you. You have to just away from it. All the people that you thought loved in your family that's going to be die, you got to look at it like, man, if the Lord has them live, then but if the Lord has them die, they did something against the Lord. Because they knew, they understand, they heard, they had a prophet in the house. They had a man of the Lord in the house. What's up? But they didn't even consider. That are most heavy on thee, and haste to flee from this time. So we got to understand the Lord was going to come. So you got to might as well continuously do. The Lord said hasten to the day of the Lord. So praying about it, putting curses upon this place, and doing what you were supposed to be doing that the Lord told you. He said go in the highways and hedges and pray. And bid them to the marriage. Salakia. This is verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Salakia. Someone's calling me. I'll call him back. For yet greater evils. This is a time like no other. Let me just grab it. Greater evils. So you see now it's a judgment. Every day it was just, the elder put it on the thread, there was someone that just, a young kid, like 21 something, he went and he just beat up older Issachar, beat her up and tried to rape her. Well, you're gonna see that time even more. They're gonna be that's going to be a daily occurrence. That's going to be a currency in that time. And you're going to say a woman's going to be currency in that time. Children, yeah, and you forgot this is Esau, Edom's kingdom. So men, those sweet-looking men, those pretty boys, the ones that got the ducktails or long hair, you're going to be currency too, because they're, sweet as hell. That's why the Lord said it's going to be a time like no other. It wasn't like, even in Sodom and Gomorrah, that was a couple of cities. We have a whole nation of that, and they're violent. Now they have swords. See, they didn't have that back in the day, but probably a little bit. But now it's like a whole army of sodomites. So now you be talking, you already know they're going to go for Christians, those so-called Christians first, because they're not going to dare touch the men of the Lord, because Christians are sweet themselves. This is Jeremiah. They just created it, and that's why I'm going to get back to it, but let me grab this. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that is none like it. So it's going to be a time that it was never upon this earth. That it was going to be so, you got to understand what the Lord is about to do. He's about to set forth a dimension against a realm against a realm. He's about to put newly created creatures. He's about to put all these things on the earth, and then all these people are not in their right mind. Most of them are fucking out of their confusion. Babylon the Great created the most confusing time for everyone. And now these children, they're monsters. You've seen these 13, 14-year-old kids that now they're starting to carry guns. Or you see in Chirac, they got 12-year-olds having guns, and I'm telling you now, a 12-year-old that didn't know nothing but violence will likely use a gun more than some 45-year-old man with 100 guns. And not only they'll kill you, that's why they make those songs. He said, I got little N-words that kill you for a Gucci belt. They'll kill you for nothing, just because it's a challenge. In that time day, you're going to have those kids just wandering around, killing people for no reason, because they think it's fun. When you were kids, you were a little mischievous. You would go and do like crazy shit. You just try to be cool in front of your friends. We were kids. Well, now they have guns, and now they are violent, and now they have more. They're probably smarter than most of these all these other generations, because now they have electronics, and now they're YouTube and everything. Yeah. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. It's that time. And so, just when everyone said there's going to be no Jacob's trouble, no. The Lord just put it in the scripture, Jacob's trouble. And it's going to be for Israel. Because Esau, Edom, after this time, your trouble is never going to end. It's going to just get worse and worse for you. Your best of your times have passed. So Esau, Edom, the whole kingdom is going to be your trouble, but Jacob's trouble, because that's going to be the temptation. And who's going to fall? Who's going to fall? This nation, but the ones that are elect. Let's grab it. But he shall be saved out of it. So the Lord's elect, the Israel of Israel, they're going to be delivered out of it. But everyone else, you're going to die a horrible death, and then the Lord is going to laugh at you because of that. Because he gave you the opportunity to repent. He's telling you right now, this is his hand right now on the streets, highways, and hedges throughout all the world, especially Babylon the Great. There's so many people in Babylon the Great preaching this word, in almost every corner, and it's still not enough. So all you napkin servers, you better get out on these streets and tell our people, or that blood is going to be required on your hand, because if you understand this word, for it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break the yoke from off Jacob's neck. And that's why Judah is now a terror upon these people. And now you see Judah, you won't imagine in that time going through a Jake neighborhood, especially Judah right now, people wouldn't dare do that. Or going into the barrio, You don't want to be there after night. So imagine that, but all the time in Jacob's trouble. You don't have these fucking monsters. You forgot Esau, Edom, you created with your unrighteous decrees, but now you're just going to have to deal. And then you already know how Jake is. They were stealing monkeys in the lockdown. So you talked about these newly created creatures. It's going to find one Jake going to try to fucking attain one of them. You know, Issachar would be like the animal whisperer. Because you already know, Jake is just a crazy human being. They're just like that. So they're going to have something. They might steal a lion and use it as a pet while they're eating you, Esau. Because the Lord is going to put a weapon. But then also, those niggas going to die too. So don't think they're going to be free. But the Lord said he was going to make Judah a terror upon the land. Come on, let me grab this real quick. Because I keep saying newly created creatures. Say, why are you saying that? Because the Lord wrote it in the Bible. So let's read that. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11. And then we get into what I was going to get into. Verse 14. Verse 15. But for the foolish devices of their wickedness, so these things they were creating, now they're wicked. They got so wicked that they try to run from this dimension or bring stuff out of this dimension, finding different timelines and saying that you can't fix it. It is going to happen. The end is here. Esau, Edom is nowhere to escape. But their foolish inventions that they created us. They had a CERN that the angels gave them that ability. These foolish devices, that it was so foolish, what did our people do? Whereas being deceived, they worship the serpent, void of reason. So they seen that, they're just like, man, look at the power we have. And then Esau and our people saying, like, man, Esau, Edom got a lot of power. So they worshiped him. They said, yeah, he is truly God. Because didn't the Lord said he was going to give them power to drop fire upon men and deceive the nations? So they have the nuclear bombs, these nuclear things. Well, the Lord made you do that so it can deceive the wicked of our people. And the vile beast, thou didst send a multitude unreasonable beasts upon the vengeance. But they that might know that we're woke, the sin, Salakia, did I miss? I'm just going to drop down to the point. Verse 17, for the almighty hand that might of the world matter without form wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears and fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created. So you're going to see that Esau Edom's in his lab right now trying to morph animals. I've seen this thing. It's probably fake, but they have found a creature that was a griffin, like real life griffin, each head and a lion's body. We don't know how real that is, but it's creatures that the Esau Edom is now in their lab, just putting together because the Lord put the spirit on them, and then also coming out of these other dimensions that we never see, because these are full of, look at this, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either fiery vapor. So what is that? That's some like medieval dragon type of shit. Like they just blowing out. Like you ever see, like imagine you had an animal that, you know, because we can kill animals because we have guns. Well, they can shoot it right back at you, something that will melt you right at where you stand. And filthy scent of smoke, scattering smoke, shooting horrible spurts out of their eyes. So believe this, when the Lord puts these doomsdays, because you know, these animals that are these newly created creatures from other dimensions or what they created, that now their only purpose is to destroy spirits of vengeance, that now they're able to be like Superman. And you see how what happens, like, if you ever seen The Boys, that show, you seen with those laser beam people, they just cut them like nothing. So imagine a creature wandering around, has targets of all the ones that are wicked, just destroying them. So that's what's going to be happening here. And then all these people that are not listening, you're going to be on the list. You're going to have a doomsday beat your fucking brains in and laser beam your children. Let me grab some of this. Shalom, Elder. Yahweh Shemel Shar Brakatah. Shalom, Ariyah. Malak. Yahweh Shemel Shar Brakatah. Shalom, Hope, Grace, and Mercy. Hope, grace, and mercy. So these animals and all this stuff is happening, but that's what the Lord said, because the end is here. And the Lord, why is the end here? Because the Lord put forfeit. Let me grab this. Why is it all this things happening? Because the Lord put it forth. This is, let me grab this first. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is from one people to another. The Lord put forth and he made system. And look at Esau Edom. All they were doing is making these horrible laws, but he did it from the beginning. Actually, let's grab it what it was from the beginning. He made it that it was going to happen this way anyway. So let's grab it. Just because, and I don't even know why Esau Edom thought it was going to be different. He gave you what was going to happen. This is Genesis chapter 25. So I'm going to start at 23. I'm going to start at 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So the Lord put forth a thing that was going to happen, that it was going to, before anything, he already had a plan. He already had a plan. Let's grab this in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. That's what I was reading today, and I'm going to go into that. Verse 6, and he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or even when the wind blew, before thunder and lightning, or even when the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, ever-moving powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered, or the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the foundations were, even the chimneys of Zion were hot. This is what the Lord did. And let me just get to the point. Drop down. Before all this stuff happened, the Lord said this was going to happen. Verse 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 8, verse 7. And then I said, what shall be the parting and sunders of time? What was the measurement? The Lord put forth something was going to happen from Genesis days, that he said his voice was, he's declaring the end from the beginning. Let me grab that. Salakia. This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, things that were not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasures. Then the Lord said it's his pleasure to give you the kingdom, O Israel. I see your precepts. This is from the brother Meshach, Yahweh's messenger. Psalms chapter 20, verse 7. Some trust in chariots and some in the horses, but we remember the name of the Lord. So those are the ones that are going to be able to be trusted. You're not going to have any weapons or guns that's going to protect you in that day. Where the only thing you're going to be able to, a strong tower is the Lord's name, praying upon him. And you only going to be able to do that if you're doing what he told you beforehand. Verse 8. They are brought down and fallen, but we risen and stand up. Just as because he had something that was going to be declared from the beginning. He said that he was going to bring forth Jacob. His inheritance is in Jacob. So this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. And if you go into that, this is how Esau Edom's mind really thinks that they can stop this. They can stop what the Lord has put forth from the beginning. He said he was going to do all his pleasures. He said, let us lie in wait for the righteous. Who is the righteous? The children of Israel. These people. Because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doing. He upbraided us with what is these people, or these Israelites, the ones that said they're not a part of your system? So we tell them that it's wicked, that your system's going to fall because of your unrighteous dealings and riches God from deceit, from all the rape, rob, and murdering you did on this land. That these laws are destroying the earth, that you're not doing the laws of the Lord. So we're clear contrary from his doing. He upbraided us with our offending of the law. That's what the Lord told us to do. He said, rebuke, exhort, and also to the nations. We're also a prophet unto the nations, telling them that this kingdom is going to fall. Thus said the Lord. An objective to our infamy of transgression of our education. Like, I forgot what that is, that word. Let me see how infamy. I'm gonna look that word up real quick. Infamy. It means a bear with me, it's locked. It means an act of doing wicked or evil, an act of a state of being well known for some bad quality. And would it even joke how you they know that you guys defiled and destroyed upon this earth, that you guys are wicked beings, that the Lord is going to judge you for the evils you guys have been doing. So we'll get back to that precept the brother Mashak. Objective and infamy of the transgressions of our education, teaching that a man can be a man, a woman can be a woman, because of the God of the earth. You're trying to give this upon the entire earth. Well, no, you're not. You guys are the lowest of low, the basest of base. No one is as low as you. This is Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on that beautiful garment, that protection, that understanding, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Just as at the time when the Lord said these immortal clothing, we have to put it on physically in our mind first, because they said, oh, this is what people use to say, yeah, you got to wear your fringes every day, or you have to wear. Well, no, this is spiritually put on that this understanding, this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. O Jerusalem, thy holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and unclean. So you're not going to see that, because at this time, when the Lord puts this judgment upon them, only the people that trust in the Lord and believe they're going to be able to come in here, and no other nation is going to be saved. You're not going to do anyone else, and we're not going to be even doing anything. We're not going to sin, because the Lord's going to put the law, statutes, and commandments in ourselves. Shake thyself from the dust. Shake it from the dust. So it's going to be a total switcheroo. We're at a low place. We're at the bottom of bottom. But we're going to shake that off, and we're going to stand up high, and Esau Edom is going to be in the dust. They're going to sit on the dust, because there's no throne for them. They're only going to see slavery. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loosen thyself from the bands of thy neck. We're going to break out of this slavery that the Lord put forth. He said that we're going to break the yoke of our... Man, I want to get it, but I'm going to finish this precept, and then we don't get it. We're going to break that yoke from our brother, man. Now, they're going to put us in slavery, but the Lord said he was going to break that band, and we're going to become kings on this earth. Oh, God of Zion, Zion. And who is Zion? Whenever you see a daughter like singular with Zion, that's talking about the whole Israel. This is the Israelites, the whole nation of Israel. Not just talking about one girl. No, it's talking about the whole. Sometimes even two, when you say daughters, that's also talking about Israel. Because the Lord likened us to a beautiful, comely woman. For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourself for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. So we have just gave ourselves for, the apostles always say it. He said, you can buy a nigga for cheap. Like people, you can just buy, all you gotta do is like a loud pack. You can buy them a little bit, so a new pair of Jordans, and he'll sell out his whole life. He'll kill, how they don't even have to give them jail time. They sell out their own friend and become Esau's informant for a little bit of money, or just not doing a little bit of jail time. We have sold ourselves for cheap. Let me set up Kings of Not of Me. Let me grab that. This is Hosea chapter 8, verse 4. They have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Their silver and their gold have they made their idols. So the Lord said he's going to break that ban off of our nation. What we have did, because we set up those kings. It was like the Lord gave us this beautiful, the beautiful law, statutes, and commandment, which is life. He gave us kings. He gave us King David, and then he gave us all. But what do? We wanted to have something else over us. Just like when the Lord said we had Yahweh. We had Yahweh Shai. But they said, no, we need a king. So they had Saul, and Saul went off, and then that's what comes out, what Israel does all the time. That when they feel trouble, they want to make a fucking golden calf. They want to make Baal. They want to do all this stuff because they think that's going to do something. But no, none of that stuff does nothing. That they may be cut off. 144. But the Lord said he's going to redeem us, and he's going to disannul that covenant of death. Let me grab that. Fucking dude. This is Isaiah chapter 28. It's fucking flies. This is verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, just like the wicked leaders before in the times of Maccabees. Let us make a covenant with the heathen. Maccabees, the first chapter. With hell are we at agreement with Esau Edom, the bottom men, and through death. Because when we do that, we're putting agreement with this is we're going to be the lowest and be death. We're going to be put to death. Because that's all Esau Edom does is destruction, death. When the overflow and scourge shall pass through, it shall not come onto us, for we have made lies our refuge. Well, this is what these people have did. They have put forth, but the Lord said he's going to break those bands off of us. And redeem us. And he's going to redeem the elect. And the 2/3 is going to be put to death, but then they're going to be redeemed through coming back through the elect's loins. And under falsehood, we have hid ourselves. Therefore, thus said the Lord God, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, the sacrifice that the Lord put forth. That's who's going to redeem us. without no money, because he already bought us. We already own it. We already is his property. So he's going to redeem us with that chief corner. And who is that? The most important part of a building is Yahweh Shai. He's the most important part of this church. We can only go through Yahweh. We can only go to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, that chief, and a sure foundation. He that believes shall not make haste. Judgment shall also will I lay to the lie. The righteous to plummet, and the hell shall sweep away the refuse of lies. That's what the Lord said. He's making it. So that's why a kingdom is getting translated from one thing to another. And now we seeing who's the real people. These people, not those ugly, hairy, knuckle Amalekites that are over in the land with the big ass noses. Nope, that's a lie. They're not them. But now Esau Edom is the God on earth. Nope, that's a lie. His leprous ass is going into slavery. All those lies. And righteous to plummet, and the hell shall sweep away the refuse of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding places. This word. Now it's nowhere you can hide. It's the faith is flourishing, and people are getting drowned out by the truth that even the heathens like, yeah, these are the people of the living God here. They're out here doing what the Lord's damn. Like we're through. They're looking at like, well, as soon they're gonna start offering gifts. Please pray to the Lord for me. And we're not going to do it, but we're going to take the gifts. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled. And your agreement with with hell shall not stand. Because even if you are wicked, deceitful, wicked-ass Jake, at the end of the day, when the Lord puts you to death, you're going to come back and you don't have that. You're going to have the same thing that all Jake. You're going to be in a lesser order. Like you're going to have everlasting shame in your head. You're going to be looking like, damn, I thought this little leprous demon was God. And you're going to look stupid, but you're still going to be able to live forever. You're still going to be able to have the laws and statutes written in your mind. And you're going to be able to enjoy the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be a later time. Some of you Jakes need to, you're going to be like the 100th son before the line, because you guys was that wicked. But 1,000 sons, because we're going to have many of children. When their overflowing scourges shall pass through, then shall be trodden down by it. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to be trodden down. So let's grab this. Oh yeah. This is let's grab this. I'm gonna grab this first. No, I'll grab this. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. And so how we know and why we say the end is here. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting of time? And when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? When shall it be? But how are we going to know that it's time? Well, we see all the prophecies happening. Let's grab it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure the time diligently in itself. And when thee seest the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that the very same time, so all these prophecies, all these things that he's putting forth, he said that, first of all, the MOTV had to be manifest. We didn't know what it was, but we had that thing to look at it. That World War III, the first war had to come, the second war had to come, and now we already have 2 world wars, and then the third world come quickly. He said that it was going to be a time like no other. That we're going to, wars, rumors of wars, all these signs. And now we see, damn, and we have to see the wicked, the son of perdition, had to be manifest. We had to see what the wicked of our people were going to do like they did time before. And see how bad this place was going to get. And now we said, yep, it looks like the times. We measure it down diligently. We've seen all the things that the Lord said by reading these scriptures, and letting our men teach us, and then also breaking it down, teaching others, we was like, dang. They said the living water shall flow, and it shall pour down. And that's how it was drowning these lies, these refuge of lies. Verse 3, therefore, when you see earthquakes, and the brother Ashra Khan, he puts it on the thread, every day is an earthquake. A big one. It was just a massive one earlier that caused like tsunami. It was one, and then now it's everywhere. You see uproars of the people. We already see it in France. We already see it in Belgium. Now they have remember why you're not seeing it even more, because they have a media blackout there. So you can't really see because they took everyone there. And how a media blackline is they, how internet works is you have to go to like a landline or what is it called? A hub. So I used to work for this central company. So the Wi-Fi works, it has like one main hub. It used to be like they would have wires go everywhere. Well, it's not like that. So now it's like when the Wi-Fi, you have these little lines and they all connect to a hub where the signal puts off. So all they have to do is turn down that building, that's where the hub is, and nothing in that area is going to be able to send out. So even if people have that video, and they're not just letting people already just go through leave the country, why would they do that? They need to hide it because that's what they say, make it safety. So uproars of the people. And also Belgium is that one that's happening there for the farmers. All these are media blackout. Then shall they well understand that the Most High spoke of these times from the days where before thee, even from the beginning, just as we read. Spoken from the beginning. And you thought he was lying? Did you really think the Lord was lying? Let's grab this. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. The Lord said, and who is the mouth of the Lord? His prophets. And it shall not return unto me void. It shall not. Void is not going to come empty, like he just bumping his gums. No, the Lord's not doing it. He's telling you what is going to happen. It's just up to you to actually take it seriously. And if you don't, then boo-hoo for you, you're going to die. But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it. And he sent it to Babylon the Great and throughout all the world to take over this place and put his son Jacob in power and be saved out of Jacob's trouble and have a kingdom everlasting. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, Jacob held first the hill of Esau. So what does that mean? It was the saying that when they came out, let's grab it in there. Let me grab it. Genesis chapter 25. And from the beginning, he said, that's beautiful. He says, telling you from the beginning till the end. So even in the beginning of the book, he said, well, Esau Edom was going to be set up, but we're going to grab the hill and pull down his kingdom. We're going to pull down his kingdom because the Lord put forth that decree. He said even before they even did any good or evil, he made this manifest that Esau was going to have a kingdom. It was going to be weird. It was going to have a bunch of like crazy, wicked ass shit. Esau Edom was going to go so proud that he thought he was going to face against the Lord. Then the Lord's going to use his people and Yahushua to take down that kingdom, pull it down. Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? She's asking the Lord. Isaac entreated the Lord, and the Lord is answering her. She's asking, and he said, I am thus. And she went and inquired of the Lord. So she was like, why? And she had to use, look at this guy. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in that womb. So right before the Lord even thought of, Esau even thought that you were going to do your wicked shit, the Lord already had a plan for you. And he had a plan for us. And he had to plan for the wicked of our nation. But they don't have to be judged and get an ass whooping, but then they'll be in order. 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, in her stomach. So there's two nations, the 2 latter great nations, because all the other nations, the sons of men, you guys are just what do they call NPCs, or extras in the movie. You guys are just there. You might have like 1 or 2 notable slaves, but everyone else, no, you guys are just experts. It's just Esau, Edom, the sons of the wicked and the sons of the righteous. 2 manner of people shall be separated in the bowels. And is the righteous and then wicked, ugly ass Eve. And the one people shall be stronger than the other. And you can just watch any sport activity that has to do with talent, speed, strength. You already know who's the strongest. Like Esau, Edom's a weak, frail. They have like that pig skin with psoriasis, everything about them. They have disease. I used to date a lot of Edomite women. I swear all of them have medical diseases. Hypothyroidism. How do your body don't work? Why do you even come in the earth? Shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So Esau, Edom came out first, but the Lord already had it that you're going to be a slave. You're going to be a slave, but you guys took it too far, and now you're going to be taken off this earth. And when her days were delivered, Salakia was fulfilled, the delivery was fulfilled. Behold, there were 2 in her womb, 2 of them, twins in her womb. You gotta understand, fighting. Esau was getting his ass whooped in the womb. That's why he came out first. He was running from Jacob. It's like, damn, let me out first. And that's why he became a bitch all his life. And then the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. Like he was, like when you smack a Edomite, like a pink belly they call it or something, they get all red. He probably was out. He's like, finally getting out. He's getting his ass whooped by Jacob that whole time. Red, man. Why he was red? Because he didn't have pigment. He was pale as hell. Like they seen him. He was like, damn, what happened to him? Looking like Miriam when she fucked up, and all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau, or Joshua. Wasted away is he. And after that came his brother out, and the hand took hold of Esau's heel. So right then, coming out, he was like, get your ass back here after whooping his ass in the womb. Get it back. But to symbolize it, that we're going to take him out of this kingdom. And our kingdom is going to be. And his name was Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years when 60 years old when she bare them. Oh, just to finish this. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. And look what these Edomites do now. They're always talking about deer hunting and all that, wearing that camouflage, which I think is ugly as shit. But like camouflage with the orange color, you all know. Out there having deer piss on them, drinking beer and killing all these animals. That's all they do is hunt. They were a cunning hunter. And that's what it is, And they have to use a tool for it, because you don't see them killing them with their bare hands. That's why they say cunning, because cunning, you don't have to be strong to be cunning. Like a snake would be called cunning, able to figure out ways to do stuff. It's like it's a subtle. A man of the field, and Jacob was plain. And what does that plain mean? He was lacking nothing. He was complete, dwelling in tents. So let's get this. Let me see, it's a precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8. Chapter 6, verse 8. No, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. That's what's happened. Esau is the end of this kingdom. the end of heathen rulership, the end of non-four-dimensional world. This is going to be the kingdom of heaven, where heaven and earth is going to be on the earth at the same time. And we're going to be able to do things that we have never thought. The end of this carnal kingdom is going to be through. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So Jacob, he's the beginning of that, the new world, the new heaven and the new earth. When that happens, well, that's going to be Jacob ruling it. Every other nation, no, it's not going to happen for you. Oh, Jacob's going to rule. He's going to be that beginning, and he's going to also, and he's never going to stop. The hand of that man is betwixt the heel of hand. And other question Ezra's asked, it's just meaning like the hand is, if you look at it in other translations, it says the hand comes first and the heel after. But that's scriptural, because look what the Lord said. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. So this beast, how is Esau Edom's system was going to start? It started from, what's his name? Alexander the Great. The Greek Empire, when he came, and then wickedness was, came throughout all the earth. I forgot how it was paraphrased. But it multiplied throughout the earth with his 4 generals. After that was the hand of me. That was the beginning of it. And his feet were as the bear. So what is the Gog and Magog is going to end this empire? It's going to be the end of this, because the Lord has put it. He's going to bring Magog against them. Gog and Magog. And his mouth was like a lion. So he was power, like he was roar. And the dragon gave him his power, just as the ancient day how the Roman system was built. It's the same way. And his seat and great authority. So it's the thing. People now, even our Jake, after they took down the first beast system, Esau Edom, the Roman Empire, what happened? Our Jake copied it. And as everyone wanted to be a part of it, that's why they made a holy Roman Empire. That beast and all these countries that signed forth the beast, the Lord gave them power for. That's what gave them their power. So continuing. Verse 12, I beseech thee, show thee the end of thy tokens, whereas thou showest me the part last night. And the tokens meaning it's the same thing, like the prophecies. But let me drop down. So, let's grab this. Verse 18. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 18. And it shall behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell upon the earth. Just as it says, what are the parts sundered? Or it said, measure the town diligently. Before he starts measuring, and he's putting forth the system that he was going to do from the beginning. Was Esau Edom falling and Jacob becoming the top ruler. And I will begin to make inquisition of them. What does inquisition mean? It's to search out, to make a judgment, like what is it called? An investigation. He's going to investigate and showing the ways that this nation was doing, what our people were doing, and he's going to start beginning. Well, he's seeing that they were measuring the time diligently. We were doing the things that the Lord put forth and prescribed. Are they doing and going out on the highways and byways? Are they preaching the truth? Rightly dividing the word. So are they doing all these stuff? And what Esau Edom's doing? What is the wickedness he's doing? What they shall be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And we see that the men of the Lord have been crying and sighing for all the abominations that have been done here. So he's seeing like, damn, These wicked people, they doing that. Well, the Lord knew you were going to do that, but he's searching it. He's using the angels, and they're tallying all the shit you do in Esau, Edom, and all the wicked of our people, having this investigation, this inquisition, putting you on trial. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and the Lord said he was going to break the yoke off of us. And when the world, they shall begin to vanish away, shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. Said, so this is how he was showing. He was saying, after these prophecies, and it gets to the end of Esau, he's going to show these prophecies, these tokens of, the end is here. It's here. That's why we started off with it. It is here. It has come. And now we're just waiting. He said, when was that? When the seals were breaking? And who was willing and able to break those seals? Yahushua. I think it was Revelation, the 5th chapter. The book shall open before the firmament. Just like Psalms, the 19th chapter. He said, before the firmament. So through these internet and through all the men learned this truth. And then once YouTube came, it just blew up that. Now everyone, it came throughout all the world, and now everyone knows who are the Israelites, who's God's chosen people, what's going to happen to Esau, Edom. They think it's a joke, but they're going into slavery. And they shall see all together, and the children of Israel speak with voices. See, they call it a pandemic, baby. Like, they be doing some crazy shit. They can keep their head up and all that stuff. Well, they're saying they're going to be speaking before a year old. They're going to be able, in between those times. And a woman with child shall bring forth untimely children 3 or 4 months. So what does that mean? Look at now. Throughout technology back in the day, no kids, you can't have a premature baby. They will die. But now we have technology to do so. So this is another sign. Say it was going to open fulfillment. We're going to have knowledge shall be increased. All these things shall happen. And they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. And the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So look what has happened. Now you're seeing that inflation is at a crazy level, that food and the storage is going away, that all these things are happening. Like now you're saying there's shortages on everything. Now they call it shrinkflation. You used to get a chip and it was filled, like bag of chips, but now it's lower and lower and lower. Well, the Lord said he was going to do things like that. Thus said the Lord. Well, let me, but see, so now we know that the Lord is coming and the end is made manifest. So let me grab that and then I'm going to get up. This is Isaiah chapter, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. For like as all that is made of the world has a beginning and an end. So all these things, the world had a beginning and had an end. Salakia, something for my note. The world had a beginning and now it has an end. And the end is manifest. So the time also, the highest, having plain beginnings and wondrous and powerful works, the end and effects of signs, the ending and effects and signs, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by the works and by faith, whereas ye have believed, and shall preserve from the said apparels, and shall see my salvation in my land, whereas my borders, for I have sanctified thee from the beginning. So that's the elect, the ones that are getting pulled down, the ones that's pulling down this empire. give glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakadash, the water Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, and Shalom.